I don't think I sat down from, say, middle for the fourth quarter through the second overtime. Couldn't sit down, bro. I couldn't
I don't
sit
blame
down.
you.
Yeah, wild game. Entertaining, but wild. And, as I said, man, this one really took a lot of twists and turns. Murray really coming out the gates red hot for the Nuggets. The Jokic storyline coming in, minutes restriction. He had played a lot last night in Detroit. Comes back here tonight. How many minutes did the Joker log tonight? He ends up logging 44 minutes. You had OG 47 minutes, Mikal Bridges 48 minutes, Jalen Brunson 47 minutes. But Brunson is our player of the game, man. 42 points for Captain Clutch tonight, 14 of 27, 5 of 12. 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 5 turnovers, but 2 steals for Cap. And look, man, it just seemed like whether it was the third quarter, late in the third quarter, late in the fourth quarter, the overtime, the double overtime, every time the Knicks needed a big bucket from Jalen Brunson, they got it. And especially when the Nuggets' 2 All-Stars kept threatening and kept putting pressure on the Knicks, Jalen Brunson had to answer because a couple guys were ineffective. Wingstop in particular, both Mikal Bridges had a nightmare game. OG Anunoby wasn't firing. You had no Josh Hart. Karl Anthony Towns in this one missed a good chunk of the first half with a busted eye. He would get 6 stitches and then ultimately foul out of this game. So Jalen Brunson really had to put the team on his back tonight, but he delivered. Great job by Cap tonight, man.
Jalen Brunson delivered in one of the biggest performances of the season, CP. I mean, we're talking about, as you mentioned, this is the number 3 best team in the Western Conference. This is a team that some believe can go to the NBA Finals and go win a championship this year. And when you're going against them, and you could just see that this kind of plays to how the Knicks like to play, especially under Tibbs last season, that slow, methodical game, really working the half court. You just had a feeling this was going to be a slugfest, man. I just had a feeling that this game was actually going to go into overtime. I wasn't thinking double overtime, but I was thinking overtime just because, look, you're talking about a great 2-man game between Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and then you're going to have Brunson and the cast out here who, it could be anybody on a given night that could be just putting up points. And in this case, it just had to be all Jalen Brunson, man. And this is why he's the captain. This is why he's Captain Clutch. This is why he earns all the monikers. This is why he, this guy is just, he gets a lot of leeway, man. Like, even with some, porous defense throughout the beginning of the season, this is why he gets all this leeway, because when the lights are the brightest, he delivers. And it was CP, he had 11 points in the first quarter. Third quarter, he really kicked it into gear.
Elite.
You thought the Nuggets were about to flip the switch, even though you thought they were about to flip the switch. And then next thing you know, Jalen Brunson's like, hold on 1 second. I'm going to show up right now. I'm going to play. And you didn't get any real contribution from anybody in the fourth. I mean, outside of Landry Shamet, who was knocking down open threes, and getting to the lane, you were really looking for some answers, and Jalen Brunson was giving you everything, man. Even to double overtime, the way that he was just executing, you're like, is this man even tired? Does he still have more left to take? It felt like he was unloading the entire clip tonight, but it seemed like he still had more to go, man, for 47 minutes. Damn.
Yeah.
42 points for Jalen Brunson, man, with 8 boards and 9 assists. Hell of a performance for him tonight, man.
Can we talk about Mitchie?
Mitchie ain't no snitchy, man.
In the words of the Glockster, let's talk about Mitchie, because you see Mitchie, my man Mitchie was moving like it was 2019 out there. All right? Forget about the boards. It wasn't even about the offensive boards. It was the Block Nest monster tonight was out there patrolling the paint. Give credit to Mike Brown for managing the clock, managing the timeouts well. He had an excellent sequence where he goes offense to defense, subs out Karl Anthony Towns, brings in Mitchie. The Nuggets dump it down low to the Joker. And Mitchie's just chilling in cruise control. He's got the hand on the back. He's not going for any of the pump fakes, none of the pivots, staying down on the Joker's maneuvers, and gets the stop. That was a critical play. I believe that was either in the fourth quarter or I think it was in that fourth quarter. Then they're trying to get Mitchie in the 2-man game with Brunson and Joker. I mean, with Murray and Joker. So We'll live with the Joker threes. You can take those all day. And he did get caught on the one where he fouled Joker on that three. He was a little overzealous. He was feeling himself a little too much, had to rein him in. But even on the Murray switches, held it down. Mitchell Robinson tonight once again shows you why he is so valuable for this team. And fresh off a night off, he looked like it was like year 2 or 3, Mitch. He was brilliant tonight on the defensive end, man.
See, he looked like that guy that we saw against Boston just circling around. And how about Christian Braun thinking that he could take Mitchie off the dribble in overtime? Mitchie's like
smothering him.
Where? Do you know who I am?
Smothering him.
Know who I am? Like, come on, man. And, we got to give props to Mitch on that drive that he had on Jokic. He put the and then got the dunk.
Bro, I completely forgot about that. He had to introduce Jokic to big country. See, they sleep on Mitchie in that way, man. See, they disrespect our guy Mitchie. They think, he's just this rim-running guy. He's going to go get the offensive rebound. No. If you give him space, he's going to make you pay. He's been waiting for that opportunity, and Mitchell Robinson was absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that he got the post-game interview. We'll play it in just a short, but I love the fact that they showed him some love on MSG, and you could see it, man. And Karl Anthony Towns embraced him after the game. Those two had a moment there, but just a well-deserved moment for Mitchell Robinson. He saved him. He saved him when, McCall had a brutal night. Mitchell Robinson had to counter that with a great night on the defensive end. Absolutely smothered the Nuggets tonight, and you already know who's getting the Timbs in the hard hat tonight. Mitchie's reigning supreme tonight, man.
CP, I mean, OG didn't have a great defensive night either. Let's keep it real. And so Mitch was covering up for a lot of ground. A lot of ground. And so in his 23 minutes, this is where you can't really go by plus or minus. He's a +3. I feel like he's higher than that, man. If you just watch what he did defensively tonight, and look, I know that Jokic is on a minutes restriction and all that, but even the way that he had to switch from Jokic to Jamal Murray to just covering anybody that was challenging him tonight when you weren't getting really any defense, man. You didn't have Josh Hart out there. You don't have your best perimeter defender in Deuce McBride. So who has to step up and carry the defensive load, especially with us, one of the lackluster defensive games from OG? It is Mitchell Robinson. Put respect on this man's name. Stop putting him in trade stuff, man. This is why he is who he is, okay? You got to respect him. You just got to respect him. And look, 5 of 5 from the field tonight, man. Perfect. Man was perfect. Got 10 points.
Perfect.
8 boards. And if you look at this, you're probably like, why are they hyping him up, man? Why are they hyping this guy up? It's 10 points, 8 boards. Bro, the way that he was guarding an MVP caliber center. Okay, we're talking about like potentially one of the best players in the world. It oscillates between a couple different players. But, like, to guard Jokic like that, and once again, I forget the knee thing. Jokic is not like this hyper-athletic guy. He just gets to his spots, and he was still impactful tonight.
Still impactful.
But still, you had Mitch contain him, man. Contain him. And I know it's like he still had 30. He went 10 of 27.
Yeah, he had to work. They made him earn it. I thought Cat did a good job on him early. And again, give credit to Joker. He's savvy. He's smart. He is the MVP. And so he made him sweat also, but then Mitchie came back and shut the door on him. And I felt like Mitch is kind of coming off of that matchup, that second half matchup against Joel Embiid. So he had that momentum, man. And I think Mitch typically had played the Nuggets fairly well. Nuggets haven't beaten the Knicks at the Garden since 2021. We got to talk about this guy because since he's come back from his injury, he's been red hot and in the nick of time, and that is Landry Shamet, man. 16 points for Landry, 3 assists, 2 boards, 6 of 15 from the field, 4 of 10 from downtown in 36 minutes. No Deuce McBride, no Josh Hart, and Landry Shamet just continues to pick up where he left off, man. Giving the Knicks excellent, efficient offense, putting the ball on the floor. You're seeing the shot making, the corner threes. How many corner threes did he hit that were huge in this game? And on top of that, seemed to have found a way to cool off Jamal Murray, who started this game off red hot. Landry Shamet was excellent on both ends of the floor for the Knicks tonight.
Absolutely. I thought, especially when Jamal Murray, I mean, it was just better offense against great defense, man. And when Jamal Murray was backing Shamet down, I was like, oh, look at Shamet get some resistance, man.
Yeah.
Like Jamal was not getting to his spot easily. He had to work for that bucket. But Shamet, and I said this on X, man. I was like, it's been a minute since I could feel confident in a knockdown 3-point shooter. The last guy had to be Steve Novak. Had to be. And when Shamet has been getting the ball in the corner or wherever, man, I'm just confident he's going to knock it down or just make a really good play. Outside of that, like unlike Steve Novak, Shamet actually has legs underneath him where it can help him, attack the rim, be a good defender. Like he's not just a one-dimensional player. He gives you a lot of good things, man. This is why Mike Brown continues to keep going back to him, especially returning from injury, because he just does a lot of good things off the basketball. And sometimes you don't need a guy who could just create for themselves. You need a guy who helps create space for others. And Shamet does that to the umph degree. I mean, CP, through the last 7 games, because we're still waiting for the numbers to come through for tonight. Through the last 7 games, this is what Shamet has been doing. Shamet has been averaging 55% from downtown on 6 attempts per game.
Wow.
He is hitting over half. If he puts up 6, he's hitting over half. He's probably going 4 for 6 on the most part. That's what it's trying to tell you right now. He is hitting over half of his 3-point attempts. And the other 2, he's taking 8 shots from the field in general, but he's still hitting 50% from the field, even on those 8 attempts, 6 of them being threes, man. The dude is giving you a lot right now. Absolutely a lot. With the 2 boards, averaging 2 assists. He's just a really good player, man. He's a really good role player. And it's like, I don't think there's a true traditional 3-and-D guy anymore, just because you need a lot more from those players to be able to put the ball on the deck, attack the rim, and do all of that. But if you're looking for anything closest to what the 3-and-D prototype was, Shamet is giving you that, man. Knockdown when he's wide open, and then playing some competent to good defense too.
Yeah, and on top of that, when we think about the sea of injuries that the Knicks have had to endure this year, now 50 games in, so many guys in and out. It's you could give credit to their depth that has been allowing them to maintain position here in the East. And, Landry Shamet missed the bulk of time, and other guys stepped up, right? When he missed, it was Clarkson, it was Kolek, it was Deuce. Now Deuce is out, Shamet is back in, and that 3-point shooting, that was the 3-point productivity that you're getting from Deuce and two-way play that you're getting from Deuce. So now you got Shamet in here. You knock on wood that Deuce is able to return at some point this season, but for right now, Shamet is kind of like assuming that 6-man role right now for the team, and he closed the game for them tonight. Brilliant game by Shamet.
And rightfully so, man, that he should close the game. He's been earning his minutes. And look, we've had the conversation, and I thought this was a guy who's going to be on the outside looking in when he returned based on what Clarkson could give you. But now at this point, you cannot let Shamet out of the rotation, right? This is just kind of how the season unfolds. It's like, oh, Shamet is now that guy that is giving you everything that you need. Hopefully, now Clarkson did give some decent minutes tonight. But look, Shamet just on the whole, like, this is phenomenal, man. This is what you definitely need coming off the bench. Shamet has been, a diamond in the rough, man, because he's been a journeyman throughout the entire league, man. He has gone from team to team to team looking for a home, and who knows? Hopefully, the Knicks are capable of keeping him around for a long term, because what he is providing right now, this is just tough to find, especially on a team-friendly deal.
Yeah, Landry Shamet has been absolutely outstanding, and as you said, they have him on the minimum. This was a guy who it was considered was battling for one of the last roster spots with Malcolm Brogdon, with Gary Bird, Garrison Matthews. It was like, okay, which one of these guys is going to get this spot? Yeah, he was certainly in the leader on the leaderboard, but you just didn't know what Mike Brown was going to call. Then you had Brogdon retire, and then it was kind of an easy call between Shamet and Matthews. But right now, he's giving the Knicks everything they need, and has found a home here with the Knicks after he's been around in the league for quite some time. He's found a home here with the Knicks, and Landry Shamet is certainly paying dividends right now. Let's get to the key stats tonight, man. 134-127. Knicks win in double overtime. Very interesting game, man. Let's get to the key stats. Knicks shoot 50% from the field, out 44 for the Nuggets. Knicks shoot 36% from downtown and 26 for the Nuggets. 84% for the Knicks from the charity stripe on 19 attempts. 27 attempts for the Nuggets. They shoot 81% from the charity stripe. Nuggets did win the rebounding battle, as we said, 51-45, including 15 offensive rebounds to 9 for the Knicks. Total turnovers, 12 for the Knicks, led to 17 Knicks points. Nuggets turning over 16, leading to 20 Knicks points. And then the fast break battle, Knicks 22 to Nuggets 13. Points in the paint, Knicks lose that one, 56-46. And then largest lead of the night, just 9 for the Knicks, just 7 for the Nuggets. But the Knicks did lead 65% of the time. Your thoughts?
I thought the best stat for tonight, man, was the fact that Knicks won the turnover battle. Look, 11-14. This team was just so prone to just being loosey-goosey with the basketball, allowing teams to get easy buckets off their turnovers. And the Knicks have won this battle the last 2 nights, and especially on this stretch where they've been doing a better job of controlling the rock. But this is where it was at the beginning of the season, 11-13 turnovers per game, and now the Knicks are right back in that. And you got to protect the basketball to win games, and especially when you're thinking about postseason, and you got a good matchup against the Nuggets, who are on that pace to be, like I said earlier, NBA Finals team. Being able to protect the basketball against them and go out there and execute, whether it's out in transition or the half court, great measuring stick to see where you stand when you compete against top quality teams. So I like the fact that they protected the basketball tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Great job protecting the rock. I'm going to go with, just the overall field goals, man. 54-100 tonight for the Knicks. They did end up shooting 50% from the field, despite a couple of guys being cold. Obviously, a lot of that was Jalen Brunson and his heroics, but overall, good shooting night for the Knicks. 50% from the field, 36 from 3, and then 84% from the charity stripe. I think after which game was it where they shot like 56? After the Philly game where they shot like 56% from the field from free throw and still won the game. I think their free throws have been improving steadily each game after that. I don't think they've dipped below, maybe 75. So just getting it done on the charity stripe. Sure, part of that is not getting Mitch at the free throw line, but overall, the Knicks have been solid in that regard. So good win. Double overtime victory, and the Knicks will move on to Detroit Rock City, man, against the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. So either way, Al, the key stats of the night brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook. The NBA's biggest stars deliver the biggest moments. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, you can cash in when they take over. DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down anytime in the first half, you still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KFTV. And for new customers, you can bet just $5. And if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly with code KFTV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states and void in Ontario. So our friends over the border, you got to come over to the U.S. side of things to get in on the action. Restrictions apply. Your bet must win to receive the bonus bets, and those bonus bets will expire, Al, in 7 days. Minimum odds required, and for additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. And once again, this is a limited time offer. Shout out to our guy, Kevin Hart. You see him, he's right there. Kevin's getting in on the action. Bet 5 and get $300 in bonus bets, courtesy of DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yo, this is your finals matchup.
This is your boy, yeah. Talk about it.
This is your finals matchup, man. I was saying, OKC not come, bro. This Denver team, they're not even the dark horse. They're the real thing, man. And I don't think that the Spurs are gonna get past them because of their experience. This is the team. And then if you really watch, the reason why this game went the way it did tonight, OG usually guards Gordon, so he's able to, have those rip throughs like as Murray is being guarded by Deuce. So if this team meets them in the finals, I like our odds, man. Um, the second thing is, you got to pay Mitch. He's the best defensive, bro. The more I watch this guy, man, and I watch a ton of ball every season, every year,
Yeah.
bro. He's the best defensive player in the game. Like now he's guarding out there on the perimeter, bro. He's guarding 1 through 5. So whatever this dude wants, like we got his Larry Bird rights. You got to pay him, man. Like he's the best defensive player in the game. The third thing is, guys, I think we playing the. I keep saying this, bro. I think we playing the lineups incorrectly. I think we need to play Cat with McHale, Hart, Shamet, and Kolek. And then to close the game, you got to play Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, and Mitch. So Kolek,
wait, go again. Deuce. Wait, go again one more time.
All right. So this is what I'm taking away as I analyze these games: Kolek, Cat, McHale, Hart, and Shamet. Shamet is the only one that plays in both lineups. The other lineup is Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, and Mitch. So that's where I think like he kept McHale in there for too long tonight. He didn't have it, and sometimes you gotta call it like you see it. But like obviously we didn't have Hart or Deuce tonight.
Yeah.
But let me repeat that, man. Kolek, Cat, McHale, Hart, Shamet, Deuce, OG, JB, Shamet, Mitch. That's the two lineups. That's how you separate them because Cat and McHale feed off of Kolek.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They got to be playing with Tyler Moore for sure.
Yeah, and then just a quick aside, man. That baseline spin that JB put on.
I'm playing it right now. I'm playing it right now.
Oh my God!
Right on time.
Dude, and then the English with the offhand.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! It froze him right there, man.
It was like the movies where like the two shooters is clapping at each other. That was like Murray and Brunson. That was Murray and Brunson tonight, man. It was one of those,
If you watch his eyes, JB looks at the direction and gets him to bite, and then he spins the other way. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
bro.
that spin move was filthy, man. It was filthy, man. Yeah. Their games just remind me of each other, man, for sure.
It's so similar, bro. So similar. But the last two things, fellas, is McHale. I don't know what's going on with him. Like McHale is a big game player. Like he does show up, but tonight, man, he just
it wasn't his night, man. I'm not too mad at it, like in the grand scheme of things, but tonight he wasn't good tonight. I'll give you that. He wasn't good tonight. I'm not mad at it.
But I have the faith that he'll show up when we need him. And then the last thing is this just broke. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kuminga went to Atlanta.
Yes.
And KP went right.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Yeah, so that essentially takes them out of the runnings, right? So I feel like the Giannis stuff, bro, this is actually the perfect thing for the Knicks.
Yeah.
Because it's basically finals or Giannis.